Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. That's right, Homeschool. I'm Mrs. T. Today I want to share with you 5 books that we own that really help with potty training. If you guys have been struggling a little bit with potty training, these might be worth looking to see if you can pick them up from your library or finding some variation of these books. We found that literature really helped with this journey and this process. So let's go ahead and talk about our poop and potty books. 3 of the 5 are from Usborne and they are Lift the Flap books and they have been incredible. The first one is called What's a Potty For? Now, this one is just asking very basic questions and answering them. Why do we need a potty? How do you pee in your potty? How do you poop in your potty? It does talk about a little bit like, can you play with my potty? Which is not something we ever really considered, and my kids found this particular section pretty funny. Where it's asking like, can you play with it? And they're saying no, but then they show you different ways that they are trying to play with it. We did not have any issues with my kids attempting any of these, but my kids really did like this book. And there are 2 instances in this book where the characters have accidents. So the first one here is on this page. They call it wetting their pants. Here's one where she accidentally poops in her pants, but because it's like, it's okay, like it's not that big of a deal, it's part of the journey and it's portrayed as such in here, I think that really helped. Now, for those of you who have kids who want to know a lot of details, like what's actually happening, which was the case with one of my kids, this book here is a really good help. It's called What is Poop? It's again a Lift the Flap book, and it talks about what is poop. Like, we know what the characteristics are, but what is it? And it discussed that it's like pieces of food that like food that's unneeded, water, and other stuff. And it also shows that poop looks different for different animals. It answers some silly questions about how much poop like elephants poop and so on. This is a really good book. It also shows how poop is then used after it is out. So like fertilizers or building and all sorts of things. Testing, we use it for science. So that was a really good like introduction to what actually poop is. Now this one too is Where Does Poop Go? If you have a kid who's a little bit afraid of, I don't know, like falling in the toilet or afraid to let the poop go, this is a good book because it talks a little bit about the journey of a poop after it plops out and goes into the potty. So what exactly does it do? Where does it go? So it shows that it goes from the toilet, explains where it's going. So this is a good thing if your kid is afraid of falling in the toilet, looking at something like this, or even in like online, looking at the inside of a toilet. There's no way you can fit through here. Look at this cat. You're so much bigger than the cat. The cat can't fit there. So that's like a really good conversation. But it talks about going to a processing plant. It then talks about how animals use the toilets. Do they have a toilet? The answer is yes, but they have their own kind of toilet. And it talks a little bit about, it like just normalizes poop and the process of poop. And, you know, animals are eating poop, not eating poop, well, some of you, rabbits, they let out poop, and then it kind of gives some examples of different kinds of poop and what you can actually learn from looking at different animals' poop. So that was a very interesting book as well. This one, Everyone Poops. I think this is one, we got this from the library and then we decided to add it to our collection. But it just kind of, again, emphasizes that everyone, no matter what kind of creature you are, poops. Now I will say, there is one thing in here that asks about, here it is, what does whale poop look like? And then it doesn't tell you, and that really bothered my preschooler. But luckily, in one of these other poop books I showed you, they do show you what some of the whale poop looks like. But this still was a nice little book. Just, again, it kind of normalizes it and makes it no big deal. Okay, the last book that I have, you guys, was a lifesaver for us over here. If you have a child who doesn't feel comfortable when he or she is pooping, this is a good book. Or if they are like not wanting to poop because they're afraid of it hurting, here we go. It's called It Hurts When I Poop. This book is a really good resource. It does have a lot of words, and it's not the most colorful of books in many ways. Some of the illustrations are colored, but a lot of it is not. It's like just this like sepia kind of look to it. But it tells about this little boy named Ryan who is afraid to go to the potty because it hurts, or to poop on the potty because it hurts. And it kind of goes through, he goes to the pediatrician tells him a story about how, you know, it's kind of like it's your body's waste and you need to remove it in order for it to feel better. But they talk about in here a poop program. And it also talks about the foods that could help your child with their fears, right? So making poop a little bit softer by eating certain foods. And what is really nice about that, you guys, is sometimes my kid will be like, oh, I don't want to have more pizza because that has cheese and that's going to make my poops hurt. It's like, it has this realization that what we let out of our body is a reflection of what we put into our body, and that has actually been like a really good life lesson for my kid. Anyway, you guys, we have those 5 books. There are so many potty training books out there. I highly recommend, if your child is struggling at all with using the potty or is afraid, if there's some resistance, finding some literature that resonates with them and allowing them to listen to it while they're sitting on the potty, reading with them. Sure, it makes the potty go a little bit longer sometimes, but I found it to be really beneficial at our house. All right, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.